Morning students, how are you? I am Francis sir and I am back again after so much long time. Yes, so today I have brought to you a very interesting topic, that is Standard 7 Geographies, Weather and Climate. This is the fifth chapter of this subject. Okay, so let's see. The chapter's name is Weather and Climate, and let's start the topic. Weather. What is weather? Weather is a short-term atmospheric condition of a place. So, it is an atmospheric condition. So, what do I need to do with it? Yes, I have to do with it. You have to do with it. And actually, all the living organisms are directly affected by the atmospheric condition. You know why? Yes, let's try to find out. So, let us consider that in the morning, yes, you had a very cool environment, yes, but now if you feel no in the daytime, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you feel quite warm or hot. You know why? Because in the morning time the atmosphere was cool, because the air in the atmosphere, it was cool. But when this air is in contact with the sun for long, means sunlight for long, what happens? It gets heated up, and when it gets heated up, the air in the atmosphere gets heated up, you also start, or we also start feeling hot, because that air of the atmosphere is in directly contact with our skin. So if the air in the atmosphere it is hot, we feel hot. If the air in the atmosphere is cold, we feel cold. If the air in the atmosphere has lot of moisture in it, we feel humidity. Humidity means it is an experience when we sweat too much and our sweat does not dry. Yes, so this is called humidity. What is called humidity? So humidity is a condition, means it actually tells us the percentage or the amount of moisture present in the atmosphere. More the percentage of moisture in the atmosphere, more is the humidity. So in a way, you can understand this atmospheric condition is directly affecting our body, because it is in directly contact with us. Okay, so now let us talk about this climate. So climate is the average atmospheric condition taken over a long period of time. And what is that time period? It is almost 30 to 40 years. So we take the average weather condition or atmospheric condition over a long period of time, and then we come up with a conclusion, oh, that the climate is hot, oh, the climate is cold. Yes, so how do we identify whether the climate of a place is hot, or the climate of a place is cold, or the climate of a place is moderate? We take the mean temperature. Mean temperature means it is the average temperature of a day. For example, if we have a maximum temperature of 36 degrees centigrade and we have a minimum temperature of maybe 22 or 23 degrees centigrade, what happens? So we take their average. So when we take their average, we get a temperature. If the average is high, what happens? That means the temperature is going to be, means the weather is going to be, or the climate is going to be what? Weather is going to, if we take the average for a day, for example, we have 36 degrees centigrade today, highest, and we have, this is the highest temperature, and when the lowest temperature we may be 23 degrees centigrade. We take their average. So their average will be 36 plus 23 by 2. 23 by 2 is almost 59. So almost 59 by 2. How much it is? 29.5. It is something about 29.5. So it is quite hot. Okay. So you understand. So this was quite hot. It's not very hot, but quite hot. It's moderately hot. So this is your hot climate. It's hot weather today. If the same reading goes on for up to 40 years, then we can say that the climate of a place is hot. If let the highest temperature of a place be 18 degrees centigrade and lowest temperature be is equal to maybe minus 5 degrees centigrade. So what is the average? So average will be, I think, 18 degree and 22. So it will be something about 13 by 2, which is equal to how much? 6.5. So you understand. So it has 29.5 degree centigrade average temperature of the day, and here we have 6.5 degree centigrade average temperature of the day. So you can see that this temperature is quite hot and this temperature is quite cold. So accordingly, we can say that the average weather of today is hot or average weather of today is cold. But if the same average goes on for a long period of time, maybe for 40 years or 30 years, we can say that the particular place has a hot climate or a cold climate or a moderate climate, yes, or a humid climate. You know, if we do the same with the humidity also, we take the average humidity readings for over a long time, and we can say that the place is humid, less humid, more humid, or dry. So these are the conditions how we can understand about weather or climate. Okay. So now let's talk about what are the factors, factors or elements of weather and climate. So elements of weather is also the elements of climate also, because this average of weather condition is climate. Okay. So let's say the elements of weather are temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, and moisture content in the atmosphere. So you should try to understand. Temperature is a very important aspect. Temperature is the most important aspect of the climate or weather of a place, because it directly affects us. If it is very hot, you can feel the heat and you say it is very hot, you will run away from the sun and take the umbrella, or you will take the shade. Anyhow, you want to miss the sun. Why? Because it is very hot. If it is very cold, you will do the opposite thing. You will straight away run towards the sun. You means you will just you will take a bath in the sun. Yes. So what is this? So this temperature, it has directly affects us, because we can feel it instantly. So, and also you can say that temperature is the mother of all the other. Temperature is the mother of all the other elements of the weather. If means all the other elements of the weather are in a way directly related to temperature only. So let's talk about it. Okay. Here I will draw a bit of diagram. Okay, and we'll try to understand. Okay. So you see. Let this be the earth. Let this be our earth. Okay. Our earth has this axis, no? Our earth has this axis tilted, and this is the Arctic Circle. This is the Tropic of Cancer. This is the equator. This is the Tropic of Capricorn, and this is our Antarctic Circle. So let's mark it by their degree of latitude. So this is your 66.5 degree north. This is your 23.5 degree north. This is 0 degree latitude. This is 23.5 degree south, and this is your 66.5 degree south. Okay, and here we have North Pole, and here we have South Pole, and we know that here we have sun, the source of light. Here we have sun, the source of light. So we see that sun's rays falls on the earth. Okay, when the sun's rays falls on the earth, what happens? You will see that this area between the tropics, this from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, these areas are very, very near, these areas are very near to the sun. Okay, with respect to rest of the other places of the earth. So since these areas are closer to the sun, they get more intensity of heat. They get more intensity of heat, and that's why this place gets more heated up. Whereas as the places are away, as we move away from the equator, they receive less intensity of light. That's why they do not get heated up so much. They do not get heated up so much. So these rest of the places, as we go towards the North Pole or the South Pole, the places will be colder. The places will be colder. According to the amount of heat they receive, we have classified these places into heat zones. So these places between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, it is called torrid zone. What it is called? So this area, this area is called torrid zone. What zone? Torrid. T-O-R-R-I-D. Torrid zone. Okay. So this is called torrid zone. Both these here, from this area to this area. Whereas this area, the area between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle, this area, and the area between Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle, this area. These both areas, this area and this area. These both areas are called temperate zone. What zones? Temperate zone. Temperate zone. They don't receive so much heat, but they are not so very cold areas also. Okay, so these are moderately heated areas. These are moderately heated areas. Now we come to the places which are above the Arctic Circle and the places above the Antarctic Circle. Okay, so these both areas, between Arctic Circle and the North Pole and Antarctic Circle and the South Pole, these both areas are called frigid zone. What are they called? Frigid zone, because their temperature is so less that they remain frozen the whole year. The whole year they have ice, means that temperature is less than 0 degree centigrade the whole year. Okay, so this area is called your what? This area, and these areas are called your what? Frigid zone. Which zone? Frigid. Frigid zone. So these are the, you can understand with the directly as the temperature varies, how the climate of a place can change. So this area has hot climate in the torrid zone, whereas in the temperate area we have a moderate climate, whereas in this frigid zone we have extremely cold climates. So you see that the climate or the weather of that place is directly depending upon the temperature. Now we will go towards the atmospheric pressure. Okay, now we will go towards the atmospheric pressure. So again we need to draw a diagram for that. We will draw a diagram, but you remember this diagram because the same diagram will be using again. We will be using the torrid zone, we will be using the temperate zone, we will be using the frigid zones. Okay. Okay, so now again let us have an earth. So this is our earth. Earth has equator in the middle. I haven't tilted it because I am going to show you the atmospheric condition. Okay, the atmospheric pressure variation. This is our Tropic of Cancer. This is our Tropic of Capricorn. This is our Arctic Circle, and this is our Antarctic Circle. So this is our what? 66.5 degree north, 23.5 degree north, 23.5 degree south, and here we have 66.5 degree south. As I told you that the areas between 23.5 degree north and the 23.5 degree south, they receive maximum heat. Since they receive maximum heat, an area of low pressure is created. An area of low pressure is created. Understood? Since this area of low pressure is created, the place here somewhere, this place from 23 to almost 30 degree centigrade, this, and here also from 23 to 30 degree south, these areas become high pressure area. What is this? High pressure area. Okay, what is this? High pressure area. And this whole area, this whole area, it becomes equatorial low pressure area. What? Low pressure area. Okay, so this is equatorial low pressure area. So we know that air moves from high pressure area towards the low pressure area. So the wind goes from this area towards the equator, and in another hemisphere in this direction, the air moves from this area to this area. Okay, so the air blows from we see this temperate high pressure area, and this is also temperate high pressure area towards the equatorial low pressure area. Temperate high pressure area, because this area lies in the temperate area, so it is called temperate high pressure area. This is also temperate high pressure area towards the equatorial low pressure area. Okay. Since this is high pressure area, this is what? High pressure area. Again, a low pressure area is generated here. A low pressure area is generated here. Low pressure area, this place. Okay, so this is your low pressure area near the Arctic Circle area. What do we have? Low pressure. Area. Okay, so the wind again blows in this direction. So since it is temperate high pressure area, the wind blows in the direction of low pressure area. Also means this polar low pressure, temperate low pressure area. The wind blows from temperate high pressure area towards the temperate low pressure area. Here also it blows from temperate high pressure area towards the temperate low pressure area. Both the areas in a temperate zone only, but one high pressure area is near to the tropics area, and this low pressure is near to the Arctic Circle. Okay, it is near to the frigid zone area, but this is the ocean which lies in the temperate area only. Okay, so you understand, here we have low pressure at the center, that is near the equator. So from the high pressure area on the tropical area, which temperate areas, wind blows in towards the equator, low pressure area. Then after the high pressure we have alternately low pressure area, and here also low pressure area. From the again high pressure area, the wind blows towards the low pressure area. Okay, so this happens. And since here we have the low pressure area, we can experience high pressure area in the polar caps. In the polar caps, we can experience the high pressure area, and here also downside also in the polar area we can experience high pressure area. Okay, so this is the condition. Okay. So here, since it is a high pressure area, we know that the wind blows from high pressure area to low pressure area. Again, the wind will be going from high pressure area towards the low pressure area. That means from polar to the temperate low pressure area. From the polar high pressure area to the temperate low pressure area. And same goes this side also. Here also the wind will blow from the polar high pressure area towards the temperate low pressure area. So this is what which happens, and this is the cause you understand why the wind blows. The difference in the pressure of atmosphere which happens because of the difference in the temperature. So pressure, atmospheric pressure is created because of the difference in temperature. If we don't have the difference in temperature, this difference in atmospheric pressure is not going to be created. And if there is no difference in the atmospheric pressure, the wind is not going to blow. So you understand why I said temperature. Temperature is the mother of almost all the elements of weather. Okay. So I think this much is enough for today. Okay, these are all the different heat zones as well as the different high pressure and low pressure belts, and what is the direction of the flow of wind from which high pressure belt to which low pressure belt area. Okay, so I wish you to study. Okay, go home and go through these portions and revise also. Okay, so we will meet in the next video with the next part where we will be discussing the wind and moisture content in the atmosphere. Okay, good day.